long, long time ago, a kingdom lived in peace.
A long, long time ago cliché. Also, why is super awesome peace always so far back in our past?
But in that darkest hour, a hero rose up. Her name was Glorith.
Anyone that names their kid Glorith is resigned to the fact that their kid will get some beatings.
Glorith vowed that her people would never be vulnerable again.
Making promises you can't keep. Even Superman doesn't promise to keep Metropolis from being vulnerable. He's had his rocked by Brainiac and others enough to know that's an impossible oath to keep. As time jumps go, this is quite a large one. I bet it won't have any major impact on the story at all, though.
And tonight's the night we night the night.
And this is the sin where we sin the sin.
But this is also the most controversial knighting ceremony in 1,000 years.
So the entire thing is about to change because of one man, Ballister, who will be described as a street kid with an impossible dream of being a knight. And it bothers half the nation that there might be a knight who isn't born of other knights. But if that's the case, why not just ban all non-blood relatives from applying to knight school? How did we get to this guy's possible knighthood being controversial? Shouldn't his initial admission to knight school have been a red flag that got him banned as a kid so it never comes to this?
No, he doesn't come from a noble bloodline. But he might just have the heart of a hero.
But how did you even... He posted some workout videos about being a knight on GlorithTube, and you just invited him to do his thing? Did you not see how the My Dad Says TV show turned out?
And will Ballister be broody on the biggest day of his life?
Stealing the I'm a reporter commenting on a scene to make it less awkward bit from Nick in Zootopia. You're a great movie, Nimona. You don't have to resort to stealing from Disney. And speaking of Disney, I am now reminded we almost didn't get this gem of a movie because Disney bought and then shut down Blue Sky Studios, who was originally working on Nimona. Here's additional sins for that bullshit decision.
They're gonna love you.
They're gonna like you, they're gonna love you, cause you can do most anything. You can do the holly golly, you can imitate Vince Scully. Let's take a time out to send this movie's dialogue. Wait, are they woke? Is this movie gay? I mean, are they gay? And is this movie I'm too exhausted to even pretend to be offended. Look, people exist who are different from you. Sometimes they end up in movies. Deal. The sin is for you if this scene bothers you. Co-ed locker rooms, progressive or problematic. You make the call. Dude seems unsure about this sword he's been handed, but will suddenly forget it once he's distracted by the appearance of the director. I get that this squire is just a squire and scared of getting in trouble, but he has evidence that someone swapped out a sword and he just quiets up about it once he's interrupted, and it leads to a lot of undue turmoil.
Sir Ambrosius Golden Loin.
Ambrosia is the food or drink of the gods, and golden loin quite literally seems to mean valuable crotch, so this kid was basically named Richie Rich. So if the scoreboard video board doesn't fall right now, then this movie can't happen, because Ballister would be arrested and tried, and probably unfairly, so all hail the falling scoreboard, I guess.
Some of us don't get the happily ever after we're looking for.
Some of us. Some. Try most, lady narrator. Most. It's statistically zero.
He's a murderer. He's a monster.
He's perfect.
Seeking a murderer.
I love the secret lair.
It must not be all that secret if you found it so quickly. Was there a light-up sign outside, like in the Duck Tracy episode of Looney Tunes?
The name's Nimona.
Roll credits.
It's all here in my application.
This is just a bunch of drawings. Very disturbing drawings.
My application to work the overnight shift at Denny's somehow makes it into the script.
We all saw how it happened.
No, you merely saw that it did happen. Nobody in the stadium saw how it happened. Hell, some folks probably didn't even see the room where it happened, the room where it happened. Given that this conversation comes back to haunt her, what even is the director's intent on coming down here to talk to Ballister?
Wait, how did you get out?
It takes Ballister way too long to realize that his new friend is a shapeshifter.
If you see anyone...
A murder on
The NYPD.
Rhinoceros?
Hey, Gilded Dildo, I do the sinning around here. Ballister survives so much all this in this film, I'm just gonna put 10 sins here.
This floor is surprisingly stable.
Premature stableBration.
Golden here?
This animated family movie just made a your penis is tiny joke, and I feel pretty shriveled about it.
We've got to get out of here!
In order to escape a collapsing stone palace, the shapeshifter turns into a rhino? Why not a cheetah? Don't you want speed here?
I updated your murder wall.
Making massive assumptions and then taking massive liberties.
You're not human.
You looking for something?
My sword.
I like how he keeps the tray of tacos upright and safe throughout this encounter. That seems totally normal.
Why are you helping me?
Because I'm bored. And everybody hates you too.
The enemy of my enemy is a dickhead.
Why didn't you tell us Ballister was working with whales?
I realize that everyone did see a whale, but there's no evidence Ballister was working with whales before now.
And of course you can bring your whale, ostrich, and big fat unicorn.
Body-shaming unicorns. Or rhinos.
Thankfully, we have a descendant of Glorith to lead us.
The Golden Line was literally only knighted days ago. There are legions of knights in this group more experienced than him.
Find Ballister and bring him to me.
That doesn't actually sound like leading the search. It sounds like telling everyone else to go search while you wait for them to report back to you.
Unclench your mustache.
Wait, what does that even mean? It can't mean that he's frowning because that would be stretching out the mustache.
Don't you get it? The second we let our guard down, something terrible comes over that wall.
Have you ever even been outside the wall?
Yeah, because I have a death wish. No, no one has.
Believing what you've been told without having proof, aka religion, but also government rhetoric, conspiracy theories, and religion. Did I say religion twice? Guess that was on purpose. Kids.
Sea otter or a river otter? Are you kidding me? Does it even matter? It bit me. Oh, there's some significant anatomical differences.
Nitpicking tiny differences in things for no good reason. With good intentions, Nimona's distraction ends up being Ballister acting all evil. And honestly, I think she's smart enough to have avoided making this mistake, despite it leading to some fun movie moments. Should have just turned into the rhino again.
I'm loitering and I'm littering.
The New York subway system. Why are these two acting like cameras don't exist? Thank you!
Something doesn't feel right. He hates freestyle jazz.
Everyone does. So that hardly rules out anything.
That's the express to the market, sir. Arrives in 6 minutes.
And we'll be there to meet him.
Bullshit. By the time you're seeing this security feed, at least a few minutes have passed, so that 6 minutes estimate is way off. And there's no way you make it from the Institute to the market in 3 minutes. Unless your headquarters door opens into that exact subway tunnel, Ballister and Nimona will absolutely be gone by the time you arrive. Jesus, the dragon is the thing they're supposed to be scared of, so they made a cereal out of it? This would be like us making a cereal out of ghosts or vampires or Frankenstein. God damn it.
A lot of people aren't as accepting as me.
Yeah, but you haven't been very accepting thus far. Every time Nimona changes, you've freaked out and asked her to change back. So maybe just let the assistant who is helping you free of charge look how she wants.
Golden Light see you, do the thing.
Seriously? That guy cut off your arm and you're worried about being seen with me?
Pink Gorilla would be excellent at CinemaSins.
Let me go ahead and pass this problem on to someone else.
Politicians. While this chase scene is hilarious, I have to ask why Nimona changed into a creepy tiny boy child instead of, like, a muscle-bound warrior that the squire would be less likely to run from. These attempts to close the trunk should 100% have broken the squire's arm. Teslas.
Okay, most people scream at that part.
No, most people start screaming the moment they get shot with an arrow or a few seconds after when the adrenaline wears off.
What does it feel like?
Honestly, I feel worse when I don't do it. Like my insides are itchy. You know, like that second right before you sneeze? That's close to it. Then I shapeshift, and I'm free.
The way this movie so effortlessly describes the queer experience through this metaphor of shapeshifting is goddamn brilliant. And I love how simple Nimona makes the explanation. We overcomplicate so many things in life, and it just doesn't have to be that way. So take a scene off before you do some more news position or something. Here we see the director replace Ballister's sword, and why did Squire Guy keep quiet about this all this time? The director, who was being extremely careful, didn't hear the squire toss down his loud metal helmet onto the floor and immediately burst back into the room.
I didn't know what to do. I tried to show you before.
Why bother showing him the video? Lead with your sword was tampered with, and then show him the video. You barely tried anything at all.
This video could damage people's faith in the Institute.
Escaping brainwashers only to still be concerned about the overall structure of the brainwashing organization.
Look, I don't know why she framed me, but the Institute's not the problem.
Look, I don't know why that priest had sex with me when I was a teen, but the Catholic Church is not the problem.
If we get this to Ambrosius, everything is going to be okay.
Extreme naivete.
My mind? I've lost my mind.
Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my...
I'm innocent. And I have proof.
Why did he telegraph his proof? And double why didn't he back that shit up to the cloud?
Did I ever mean anything to you? Or was it all just a lie?
Wait, what? Why is he questioning his and Sparkling Groin's original love? That wasn't the original issue. That wasn't a problem. Their love was solid.
Now I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Telegraphing your dick moves.
Hope you brought milk.
This is a great gag and all, but how exactly does this cereal breath work? Is Nimona spitting tiny pieces of her intestines at the soldiers? Did her stomach shapeshift to produce cannonball-sized pieces of cereal? I need answers.
I don't need your help.
Destroying the lair, the only person that believes you, aka misdirecting your anger.
And I'm the monster?
Character who spends the entire movie calling herself a villain and terrifying the general public is surprised when a member of that general public calls her a monster.
Something, something, something.
We win.
David Zaslav's business strategy for Warner Brothers somehow makes it into the script. This movie was a warning and we missed it, and now we're
I'm sorry, Ambrosius.
I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from not surprised.
I framed Ballister.
I killed the queen.
If you record the bad guy revealing their bad guyness, never play that recording back to said bad guy.
You're not gonna win any awards or anything, but it was good.
The fact that this movie won't win any awards, but a botched anniversary celebration like Wish probably will.
Landing you in the enchanted forest, which is my domain. Cha-ching! 600 gold, please.
Landlords. Nimona absolutely roasts this table with fire, and the game board appears unharmed. In fact, it's still playable. Are the game pieces designed to be fireproof? Or is Nimona's fire too weak to melt plastic and cardboard? I need answers! Not since the 2015 Super Bowl have I seen such excellent dance moves from a shark with legs. In order to be inconspicuous, Moneycrotch throws a cloak over his night uniform, instead of maybe just not wearing the night uniform at all. This scroll proves nothing. It's a picture of a dragon with a girl inside it. It's art. It's a cave painting. That girl doesn't even look like Nimona. How is the kingdom going to flip back to the director's side over a child's art project found in the basement? Also, why did Golden Loin bring this here? Did he steal it? Does the director know he has it?
It's her, Belle.
That doesn't even look anything like her. Looks more like Chloe Grace Moritz than it does Nimona. Yeah, nobody paid for those nachos.
You were using me! You wanted them to see a villain.
And now the film would rely on the overused trope of a misunderstanding or argument causing the heroes to split up before the climax. Damn it, Nimona. I wanted you to be better than this. Here we have a montage that rivals the opening sequence of Up in terms of conveying maximum emotional impact with minimal dialogue. And an excellent representation of PTSD.
Glorith?
Glorith's parents beckon her to come join them in the fire, and it's pretty f***ed up regardless of how they're treating Nimona.
If that thing destroys the kingdom, it's on you, bro.
But until then, we'll let you go for some reason. I'm not even going to restrain you as we leave for more important matters. Oh, Toothless is pissed.
What have I done?
What have I done? What have I done?
Yes, sir.
Belle?
How the f*** could he have possibly recognized Bal from this angle? As the cannon turns, I realize the director somehow got from the Institute to here in a matter of about 3 minutes. That seems super implausible.
Innocent people will die.
And so will the monster.
Killing innocent people en masse just to take out a monster. Where have I heard that before? What the hell were these people still doing here? There have been warnings to evacuate for a good while now, and the monster's path has been well known. This is a suicide attempt right here. And I'm sorry. I know Nimona the movie has already addressed so many deep issues, but it has one more for you if you are able to handle it. Nimona is now seeing herself the way the kingdom folk are seeing her, as a monster. She sees no way to live where she will not be viewed as a monster, and she finds that life unacceptable, unbearable, and inescapable. So she opts to let herself be killed because that is now viewed by her as less suffering than continuing to endure the constant barrage of antagonism. This fucking movie had some clinical psychiatrist on staff or something, because it is absolutely dealing with multiple mental health concerns with sensitivity and understanding, and I am crying more about that than I am the cry-worthy impending ending of this movie. Yeah, great symbolism and everything, but do you know how close you came to killing people by dropping your sword 20 stories? There's a person like 10 feet away from where your sword landed. Gotta be more careful, dude.
That monster is a threat to our very way of life.
Yeah, but your way of life allows pineapple on pizza, so maybe it needs to be destroyed. I know the director is evil, but I'm calling bullshit on her knowing how to fire the wall cannons all by herself. These fallen crystals want me to think Nimona is dead, but I've seen the Iron Giant.
Some of us don't get the happily ever after we were looking for.
Some? Try most. It's statistically, I've already told you this. I'm glad that they now have free commerce with people who live outside the wall, but why haven't they torn down more of the wall so they don't all have to use this tiny corridor? With their exploits as famous as they are at this point, I find it odd this hideout hasn't already been found and raided by whatever this universe's version of true crime YouTubers is.
Hey, boss.
Holy
This movie's ending is awesome, but it still owes a debt to Spider-Man Homecoming's ending.
He hates freestyle jazz.
But in that darkest hour, a hero rose up. Her name was Glorith.
That's the worst name I ever heard.
Ain't that right, Pam?
Fabulous, Harry. I love the feathers.
Whoa!
You have a metal arm? That is awesome, dude.
I know the code.
Beep bop boop beep bop boop beep boop 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 boop.
Remember who you are.
You are my son, and the one true king.
Now you must acquire a taste for freeform jazz.
Anderton is the one less traveled.
I hate to say it, but you make a pretty good bad guy.
I'm bad, and that's good.
Todd rules!
Doyle rules!
I'm thinking about everything we've done together. Broken out of jail, stolen cars.
Maybe you just liked me when I was on my ass.